our song. They're playing our song. Can you see the light? Can you hear the hum of our song? I hope they get it right. I hope we dance tonight before we get it wrong. And the seasons will change us new. We're the best I've known. You know me, I cannot be stuck on you. If it weren't true. Dark till you woke me. Told me that opening is just the start. It was. Now I see you. The kingdom come. You're the one I want. See me for all the stupid shit I've done.
All right, hello everyone. Hello. First, let me welcome everybody here on behalf of Sharon and Ken to this beautiful setting for their wedding. For those who don't know me, my name is Kathleen. I have never been on either side of the ceremony.
But she's perfectly neutral.
I am truly honored. Coach is going, yeah, right. I'm truly honored to be here for you guys today. It's truly an honor. So, I met Sharon 3 years ago through our mutual friend Eric. Shortly after I met Sharon, she met wonderful Ken. I have only known them with each other, and they have been perfect from the start.
Did anybody see the treat?
You said this was going to happen.
I know.
So I've only known them with each other, and my friendship with both of them has only grown as their relationship has developed. They have never wavered. They move forward with a true confidence and contentment in each other, and they have welcomed all of us along to share in their joy. So, let's get started. Today we have come together to witness the joining of these two lives. For them, out of the routine of ordinary life, the extraordinary has happened. They met each other, made each other laugh, fell in love, and are finalizing it here today with their wedding. But today is also a celebration for all of us. For it is a pleasure to see love in bloom and to participate in the union of two people so delightfully suited to each other. Romance is fun, but true love is something more, and it is their desire to love each other for the rest of their lives that we are celebrating here today. I humbly offer the words of author William Peterson in The Art of Marriage. The little things are the big things. It is never being too old to hold hands. It is remembering to say I love you at least once a day. It is never going to sleep angry, or at least not staying angry too long. It is at no time taking the other for granted. The courtship should not end with the honeymoon. It should continue all through the years. It is having a mutual sense of values and common objectives. It is standing together facing the world. It is forming a circle of love that gathers in the whole family, including Ken's amazing children, Cecily and Pam. It is doing things for each other, not in an attitude of duty or sacrifice, but in the spirit of joy. It is in speaking words of appreciation and demonstrating gratitude in thoughtful ways. It is not expecting the husband to wear a halo or the wife to have wings of an angel. It is not looking for perfection in each other. It is in cultivating flexibility, patience, understanding, and a sense of humor. Always keep the sense of humor. It is having the capacity to forgive and forget. It is giving each other an atmosphere in which to grow. It is not only being the right partner, marrying the right partner, but is also in being the right partner. This is the art of marriage. Now Sharon and Ken have asked a few people to speak today, offer some special words, so we're going to start with Ken's brother Dale. Followed by Quinn.
You mean my boss? Yeah. Come up here.
Support.
By the way, he's older than me. It's not obvious.
Once I've got the gray going, I got the beard going.
I got nothing going.
Yeah. All right. So so Ken, I was really honored, and when Ken said, just take a few minutes to talk about something, and I was like, well, this is going to be important, right? This is a wedding. I can't just talk about what a nice day it is, right? And I was like, so I was thinking, well, but you've only got a few minutes, so what are you going to talk about? And I thought about it, and I went, the meaning of life. I can talk about the meaning of life in 2 minutes. That's a doable subject, right? I can get my head around this. So I thought I'd talk about the meaning of life for a couple minutes here. And actually, I'm cheating a little bit because, he's deserting me. He's like, the meaning of life, I'm out of here.
Tough audience, man.
Yeah. Where are you going to go with that? I'm out of here. Well, let me tell you where I'm going to go with this, because I was doing some interesting reading lately, and there are actually a lot of people have actually talked about, of course, about the meaning of life. And what I found most fascinating, was that in reading this, and what people have talked about, is that there's a couple things about us, right? We are very natural at it. We are very curious people. We want to know things. We always want to know things. We want to go off into the unknown. We want to figure something out. But the other part about that that's really incredibly important is that we're all storytellers. We love to tell stories. We like to come back with a story. I went off into the unknown. I experienced this thing. It was amazing. And I want to come back and I want to tell you all about it, right? And so when you think about that, it's pretty interesting, because we're all thinking about the meaning of life is all about these. We need answers. What is the answer to the meaning of life? And the answer to the meaning of life is that it's all about the questions. It's all about the quest. It's all about getting out there, exploring, finding things out, sharing them with the people you love, because they're all going to grow from that. You're going to grow from the experience of the exploration. They're going to grow from hearing about it, right? And it helps you grow, it helps your group grow, and it also, you find your purpose in life through that. And I thought that was amazing, and I was thinking about it in terms of a marriage, right? Because, we get into this thing, and often you see is people think about marriage as an answer. It's an answer. This person is the answer to my dreams. This person is the answer to my shortcomings. They're gonna complete me. This is all this is gonna get taken care of, right?
You're making me change my vows.
Pen.
Wait, it's gonna. I've got an answer for you.
Okay, sort of. We have other people talking to.
So what I'm getting to with this, of course, is that really the important part about the marriage is you want to find somebody who's asked really interesting questions, right? You want to find somebody who provokes you to ask really interesting, big questions about life. And where are we going? What are we going to do today? Where are we going tomorrow? What's life about? And I find that so it's and growing together, and through that, and sharing it with everybody else becomes really incredibly important, right? And so, and of course, so I thought, and then I brought it to you guys, and I was like, Ken and Sharon, and I think, how long do you have to be around Ken and Sharon before you start scratching your head and asking lots of questions? And it just seems what could be a better couple, right? And and you get into this sort of this reality field that these guys live in, right? And it's constantly you're heading off into the unknown. Just getting to this place was heading off into the unknown. and so
Look at this view, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what I'm so excited about with these guys is not only the fact that these are questers. These people are going to be asking questions. They're going to be asking really interesting things. It's going to be this huge adventure. And for the rest of us, what kind of amazing stories are going to come out of this? So I'm just excited for the journey to come, and let's get started.
And now we're going to have a few words from John, who I think here has known Sharon the longest. Well, besides family.
You might know.
So there's a quick spoiler. I cry at the end.
He promises to make me ugly cry.
I'm not cry at the beginning. There are things you look for with your closest friend. starts a relationship.
Fangate, fangate.
Thank you. Oh God, thank you.
Baseball.
I need my pen. The first is whether your friend and the suspicious stranger are crazy about each other. Sharon and Ken have that in abundance. From the moment they met, Sharon could not help but light up when talking about Ken, whether they just had a fabulous date or a heated exchange of ideas. Since I've known Ken, I've seen how he visibly swells with love for her when she enters the room. It's obvious to me, it's obvious to all of you, and I'm sure it's obvious to everyone who meets you. Another thing you look for is how they grow together. No one here would deny that Ken and Sharon have made each other better people. And they started off pretty well. Especially Ken.
I wrote that one.
No one would deny that you've made each other better people. It's clear to see that you stand in awe of each other's abilities, in awe of each other's superpowers, and you take the best of each other with you. Then, of course, a critical thing you look for is whether there you have an incredibly cool group of family and friends.
I wrote that part.
That's it. There by Dave.
Naturally, one of the most important things you look for is the trajectory. Day one cannot be trusted. Day one, everyone is on their best behavior. But even on day one, Sharon was gushing more than usual on the typical day one. Day 7 comes along, and your friend has learned wonderful things about this other person, and you start to think, okay, maybe there's something to this. Maybe I can be okay with this. And then the milestones start. They go on a trip together. They celebrate a holiday together. The terribly dangerous day occurs where you meet your friend's new relationship. But he did brilliantly.
Pie.
Because he's brilliant.
No, he said pie.
Oh, pie.
That's a different story.
Now, I have a favorite story about Sharon that cemented for me how much she loved Ken. And it's a quintessential Sharon story. So many years ago, Sharon and I had a heated exchange of words over the topic of cross-dressing.
This is not going. It was Halloween.
At the time, not Halloween. At the time, she declared that she could never date someone who was cross-dressing, and I said, well, even if you met this fantastic guy, that would be a deal breaker. It's such a harmless thing. It's not an indication of sexuality. We looked it up. We researched these things in our household, in our last household. But she declared absolutely not. There's absolutely no way. I had completely forgotten about this argument, and then sometime after she met Ken, she came to me. She said, I was wrong. I am so crazy in love with Ken that if he showed up dressed head to toe in black chiffon, I would still love him.
It was my second choice.
That was also a hint as to what I got them for their wedding present. I hope you like chiffon. This is the part where I really cry. Okay. Sharon is not mine to give away, but if she were, I would not do so lightly. But I would give her away to Ken without hesitation. I was honored that she asked me to give her away, and I'm grateful because it gives me the opportunity to show you how happy I am she found you, and that you're together. So I love you both, and now I'm crying.
One more.
Oh, yeah.
And now our last speaker today, Eric Schultz, who has known Sharon for 5 years and Ken, and offer some words to you.
So, we've got the people who've known you the longest. I haven't had the honor of knowing them quite as long as everyone else has, but I think we've fit a lot of lifetime in just a few number of years. For those of us who've been around the Circle of the Sun 40 or 50 times, you realize that picking out your friends is an important task in life. And you don't think about it. I think, when I got out of college, for example, you think your 20s, you're going to get all your friends, and those are going to be your friends for life. And I didn't move here till I was 35, and starting in another state with no friends is a daunting task. And for some of us here, coming from another country and moving here with no friends is a daunting task. But when you meet the type of people and the bonds of friends that we've met in San Francisco, the wide variety of friends, the personalities, completely different people, yet there's these common themes, and we've touched on one of them already, and it's a sense of humor and fun. And I think, in just a short period of time, I consider 5 years a short period of time, and certainly a couple of years a short period of time, I've been able to really put in a lot of good, fun times together. And I think that's the sign of a good marriage is the laughter, the fun, the extended family, the time that you spend with people is going to be just richer and richer with every given day. So thank you. I wish you lots of good
Not on the list. So now that we've heard from those folks, we're going to hear from Sharon and Ken. Who has to go first? Flip a coin. I'm going to take your vote. So the vows.
You want me to go first?
You can go first.
I go first.
I can work things out.
You're my best friend. You always have been. I laughed before I even met you. We've laughed every day since. I don't think we're ever going to stop laughing. And we had some tough times. I remember holding your hair back. Some of you have heard that story. And then there was a time I was in Philly on the phone a little late at night after a little fun night. And you talked me out of buying the 12 CD set of country western songs for $99.98. And it was funny because it was an infomercial that kept repeating every 7 minutes. And so I was singing her the snippets. And still it didn't help. But even though we've had some tough times, loving you has never been tough. I love you. I know you. I trust you. I love you for who you are. And I know you love me for all that I am. Except for maybe that part about Eric. But you're the one I want. You're the one I want to be with. I want you for just who you are. I can't say I'll always inspire you, but I'll always try and encourage you. I trust you, and you trust me, and I know that, and I feel that. And I want you for who you are, for now and forever. I'll give you all that I am for now and forever. I love you.
Okay. I know you know this, and I know a lot of other people know this, but I've been sort of fascinated by couples who have that connection.
She can read it.
I
love her.
Katie knows. I have since I can remember looking for those couples that I thought had a connection that I could look to see what I wanted to have, and it wasn't getting married. It was looking at those people. We had a family friend, Dr. Betty, who was the first one I can remember, that the way they would look at each other and interact, and she would sit on his lap. And I thought, that's it, that's what I want. And I never really understood why I had that fascination, but that day when we were sitting on my couch in my living room and you said, this is special, right? I knew that you were. I knew we'd be here. But I also know now why I was so fascinated, because I was waiting for you. That's what I've been looking forward to. So I vow to never take for granted the fact that you hold my hand even when it's 97 degrees outside. I vow to always remember to get you bananas and whipped cream for your pumpkin pie. And I vowed to always focus on the wonderful man you are, that you are the kind of man who gets up when it's still dark to take our boy to the gym, and then you come home and load the truck full of wedding stuff, and you don't sit down, and then you go help with the homework, and then you go to the grocery store to help me shop and you come back and work on the truck again, and you never even mention it. It's just something that you just do. You're amazing. Sorry, were we supposed to wait?
Oh, yeah. We've kissed before. Start over. All right. Dale?
Getting close, folks. Just a few simple questions for you. Ken, do you take Sharon to be your wife?
I do.
You promise to love, honor, cherish, and protect her, forsaking all others and holding only unto her forevermore?
I do.
Sharon, do you take Ken to be your husband?
Yes.
Do you promise to love, honor, cherish, and protect him, forsaking all others and holding only unto him forevermore? So we're ready for the rings.
That's right.
I need my spoon. So the ring is a symbol of the unbroken circle of love. Love freely given has no beginning and no end. No giver, no receiver, for each is the giver and each is the receiver. Wear these rings, may these rings always remind you of the vows you've taken today. So Ken, you can take this ring. And repeat after me. I can take thee, Sharon, to be my wife.
I can take these Sharon to be my wife.
To have and to hold,
To have no
in sickness and in health,
sickness and health,
for richer, for poor,
for richer and poor,
in joy and sorrow.
in joy and sorrow.
And I promise my love to you.
And I promise my love to you.
And with this ring,
And with this ring,
I take you as my wife
I take you as my wife,
for as long as we both shall live.
for as long as we both shall live.
So repeat after me, Sharon. I, Sharon, take thee, Ken, to be my husband, to have and to hold, in sickness and in health, for richer and poorer, for poorer, in joy and sorrow.
Just a choice.
Enjoy. Wait, can I pick one of those?
Yeah, you pick one.
Enjoy and sorrow.
And I promise my love to you.
Promise my love to you.
And with this ring, I take you as my husband, for as both as we, for as long as both shall live. Real close now. To make your relationship work will take love. This is the core of your marriage and why you are here today. It will take trust to know that in your heart you truly want what is best for each other. It will take dedication to stay open to one another and to learn and grow together. It will take faith to go forward together without knowing exactly what the future brings. And it will take commitment to hold true to the journey you both have pledged today. They say a good day is when good things happen to good people. Today is one of those days, and these are two of those people. By the power vested in me, and I am an honor to say this, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Mr. and Mrs.